Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel. And today I am so excited to welcome back to the channel a great home decor subscription called Third and Main. Now they have been kind enough to send me their spring contemporary box for review, but there have been quite a few changes and additional options over at Third and Main since the last time I opened it here on the channel. So let's try to run through those quickly before I get into my box, which I'm so excited to open and share with all of you. So first of all, there is the contemporary box that is $149 per quarter plus shipping. Don't worry, I've got a code and a link for you that's going to save you and get you free shipping as well as an additional gift, so stay tuned for that. So $149 per quarter, but now they have added a semi-annual option as well where you get just 2 boxes for the year, and that's going to be $280 per box plus shipping for the contemporary subscription. That's perfect for someone like me who lives in a smaller space, and yes, you love to get great pieces to kind of update the look, the style of your home, but you don't necessarily have the room or the budget to do it 4 times a year. So I do love that they have added that option. They've done that as well with their kind of OG subscription, which is their modern farmhouse subscription. So that is $129 per quarter as always. And now they have added that semi-annual option for that one as well. And that's going to be $255 per box. And again, you'll be getting 2 boxes for the year. Now they also have their Luxe edition, which they've been doing for a while now. That is still just quarterly. It is $4.99 per quarter, you guys. I always have my eye on the spoilers for that one because I've been trying to convince myself to pull the trigger on it. I have to wait for just the right season, but one of these days I will probably do it. And then they've added a 4th subscription, which is kind of blending a lot of things together. And this is just a semi-annual subscription, so just 2 boxes per year. So it's definitely one that you could complement one of your other subscriptions, the modern farmhouse or the contemporary subscription, with this one in addition if you actually want 6 boxes per year, for example. So that is going to be the modern traditional box, and that is $275. All right, so I think I got all of the new updates. Let's talk about that code. I will leave an affiliate link for you in the description box below. The code is Noelle Free Gift, all one word, and that is not only going to get you free shipping, but also a free additional gift that has a value of at least $25. So, and that will come in your box when you go ahead and order. So kind of some nice perks there, right? Don't forget, you can always find all of that important information down in the description box. But here is my box. It's not as huge as usual. Sometimes they send us really big pieces, but I did kind of pre-score it so that I can try to get into it. Sorry about all those sounds. You guys know I like to do kind of live unboxings, so you get all of the ASMR of it, of course. And then I have a very precarious situation here. I don't have much space here on my desk where I do my filming, but I do like to kind of show you guys as much as I can. So you can see they have Tetrised everything in there just perfectly, just right. So hopefully I can open everything up. And I have never really had any major problems in terms of like breakage or anything. They pack everything really, really well. So kudos to the gals over at Third and Main. Now on top, instead of a whole pamphlet where they give us the styling tips, I think they're doing a lot of that in their own videos as well as on their website now. They did give us a nice card for the contemporary box. So there were 2 options. So if you were already a subscriber, I believe you got to customize and decide which of these options, which of these curations you wanted to go with. Now this is the one that I'm going to share with you today, so I'm not going to show you too much, but there was also this one which has some really lovely deep blue kind of lapis lazuli kind of colors to it, which I was very tempted by as well. Again, they sent this to me for review, so I didn't get to pick, but I am very excited about this lovely kind of pearly white theme that they've got going in this curation because, of course, that is going to be something that's really versatile and I can use in a lot of areas of my home. It almost kind of has like a beachy vibe to it just on first glance as well. A lot of like shells and like that sort of opalescent pearly vibe, which goes with my kind of decor. I love contemporary, I love clean, I love minimalist and modern, but I also kind of have a beachy vibe living here in Southern California. So the first thing that I did pull out, I'm just gonna have to move this box over so it's not poking me in the side, has quite a bit of bubble wrap. And I think that it is a lovely little vase. So let me go ahead and see. So they do have a QR code now for their style guide, which is great because they do have a lot of really good ideas. And I, of course, will give you some ideas as well when I take some photos for over on Instagram, which will hopefully happen in the next couple of days. So here is, it's like, I'm gonna call it modern rustic, because if you can see, it's hard, I know, to tell, but there is kind of a rough texture to it. It almost looks like raw clay when someone first sculpted it, and there is some like kind of modeling, some speckling to it. You guys know I love my fresh flowers. I love vases. I love vases just as decor as well. So let's see what they're calling this one. I believe this is our ceramic bud vase. It is 4 inches by 2.5 by 7 3/4, and it's just the kind of thing that's going to look lovely on a bookshelf or back there on my tray, of course, with some nice little flowers. Sometimes, you know, my bouquets will only last for a certain number of days, but there'll be a couple of flowers that are still holding on, still going strong, and so I want to save those and use those in a bud vase for a little bit longer and really get my money's worth on my bouquets. All right, the next thing, I've been waiting for this. So both of the contemporary options curations had some picture frames. The blue ones, I think you actually got 2 in that curation. Let me just double check the card real quick. Yeah, 2 in different sizes. Now I have a lovely picture of one of my nieces, her school picture, that I've been waiting to get my hands on this frame for, because I think it'll look super duper cute, because I do like to have hung framed photos as well as the ones that just have a nice stand. So I'm trying to get into this, but it's a little bit tricky because they have wrapped it so well. So here's what it looks like. It's from Zodak's. It's 4x6, so it's for a 4x6 photo, but look how pretty that is, sort of that shell mosaic look to it. So this is the cream and white inlay frame. It is, again, 6x8 on the exterior, and then it fits a 4x6 photo, so her little face is gonna look perfect in there. I'm very excited about that. And then, of course, I'm gonna have to get other frames to match for all of my other, like, nieces and nephews, but I think this is gonna be one that's gonna look really good, sort of mixed and matched with a lot of the sort of beachy motifs that I have in my living space. So, all right, let me go ahead and put that off to the side. And then it just has this kind of back here. So nice, like, wood back, which is kind of nice because it's not super, you know, sometimes the back of frames isn't like that great looking. So if you have things on like your piano or something, you're like, oh, nobody look at the back of that. But this is a nice wood backing. So, all right, now we're getting into some of the bigger stuff. So I'm gonna have to kind of unwedge this box that's in here. Oh my, they really Tetris this in here. So I'm gonna have to use both hands, which I don't usually do. All right, I think I got it. Let me go ahead and score this open. So it looks like we got a total of 6 items in this box. So I got this box open. There is some, of course, some paper as well as more bubble wrap. Definitely using a lot of bubble wrap, which is great because you don't want these beautiful items to come injured. And you guys know shipping costs these days are kind of crazy, so getting that free shipping as well as a free gift, I mean, that is a really good deal these days. This is so cool. So this is like what I was talking about with the beachy vibes. This is like legit shells. It's a decorative ball that's made out of these like little baby clam shells. So I don't have a lot of like decorative balls in my home, but I do have a couple of like seashell bowls, and I just think this will look really cool as sort of the centerpiece of that. So this is called a clam rose seashell ball. It is 4 inches in size, and it's gonna look great with like, and if you have any of those glass floats, my parents have some of those, so I might have to borrow those. Even like wicker, even the like green moss balls, just to kind of have that. And that's a really easy centerpiece as well on your dining table. You know, you don't have to always have fresh flowers. You can just do something really cool with these interesting textures with these decorative balls. So actually, that's one of those kinds of things where I would probably never buy it myself, but getting it in a subscription box makes me more excited to try styling it. All right, we got another item here, which is still all bubble wrapped. I probably should have opened some of this up ahead of time. I always say that, but you guys, I think it's kind of fun to open things together with me. And I think it's also kind of nice to see sometimes how well things are wrapped, and, you know, to kind of discover things together with all of you. So that's kind of why I do it this way. Oh, there's a whole bunch of tape there. Have you guessed what this is yet? And if you haven't already started following them over on Instagram, you should. It seems like they are doing some of their own unboxings. They've done a lot of information about all these updates that have been going on over there. And it's always kind of nice to know a little bit more about the people behind the box, right? Who are doing the curation and their experience, as well as the things they're going through as small business owners too, right? And securing all these beautiful items for us. This is a very cool thing. You guys know I love my trays. So look at this. Look at the like finish on this. This sort of gold leaf antique tray. So they are calling this an antique gold and silver tray. So it does kind of have both of those metallics in there. Sorry about the reflection there, but it is very shiny. So this is 12 by 5. So perfect as a little valet, as a catch-all. Of course, you could put a bunch of vases on it. I could definitely put this along with my lovely little shell right there. So many options for how you can style this. So I'm very excited to check it out and see what they did. So it's just black on the bottom. So it's just kind of got like a nice, almost like a lacquer to it. What I love about it is it looks very heavy and very expensive, but it's actually very lightweight. And it seems like it's going to be really easy to clean as well. So what a nice little display tray. And it's actually a good size. It's going to fit on bookshelves as well. You don't necessarily need to devote your entire coffee table to it, for example, but it could look kind of nice stacked with other things as well, sort of adding an element of light to anything that you might put on top of it. All right, now we have two big squares in here, big cubes, and this is two items that are kind of matching, but you know how nice it is when you're doing decor pieces to have the same item in multiple sizes to just kind of pair things together like siblings. It's kind of neat. It's a good look. So I have to try to be careful with this because it's kind of wedged between some styrofoam, I think. And you guys, again, I have very limited space here. So I always want to be very careful opening things up just to make sure we don't have one of those disasters on camera. That would be the worst thing ever. Every once in a while, because you guys know I do my continuous videos, every once in a while I'll have to refilm something, and then I'm always like, oh, now I need to like repack everything the way that it was packed. And it's a little bit challenging with a box like this especially. So I got one layer off. Let's see if I can get the next layer off carefully. All right, so I can just imagine the assembly line where they are packing all of these goodies together. Woo! Oh goodness. Well, you're definitely getting some ASMR there, weren't you? All right, so this has its own little like layer on top. And then here, oh boy, goodness gracious, it's really wedged in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it out of here. I'm gonna have to use some elbow grease or actually just kind of tear the styrofoam, which I don't like to do if possible because, you know, I do have limited space. So sometimes I wind up storing something until I find just the right spot for it. I love this though, you guys, because it is such a functional piece. So it's these ceramic canisters. So this is nice and smooth. You can kind of see it's a little bit different from that textured base. And again, I'm loving that they have combined so many textures, but this is simple. And so it does have a top to it. That's the lid that was over here. Let me get this out. And it was upside down in there, so you just kind of heard it clanking against the side. Don't worry, no breakage, no breakage. But it's got this really cool additional element to it where it has this little leather tie on the top. But I just love the roundy shape of it. And you can see it's got this like silicone here. So this is actually going to be a nicely sealed canister where you could actually put something in it. But isn't that gorgeous? I just love that shape. You guys, I love this sort of like eggshell, soft, smooth kind of vibe of designs like this. But of course we have to get its little sister out. So, or a little brother. I don't know which it is. But let me go ahead and get that out because I think that was the bigger one. You get out of the way now so that I can get the other one out here. And then you guys can see what they look like together. So we have the set of two, and so that was the larger one at, let's see, 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and this smaller one that I'm unboxing right now is 5 by 5 1/4. So almost like a little square, almost like a little cube. Let's see if I can get into this. Sometimes it would be easier if I just cut it, which is what I'm going to do now. And sometimes I'm trying to just remove the tape. Like I'm one of those people at Christmas time that like removes the tape really slowly to preserve the wrapping paper. I know, I'm one of those people. I'm ridiculous. And then usually I just like get rid of the wrapping paper anyway. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. I like to take the time to do that. So honestly, these unboxing videos, the rate at which I open things is actually a lot faster than what I like to do. Like normally I would take forever to unbox everything, and then I would fold all of the bubble wrap because I do reuse a lot of the packaging when I'm sending out my giveaway boxes to all of you. So let's see. So it's kind of wedged in there again. Let me see if I can get this out. Again, kind of have to put it in my lap so that I can you know, so it doesn't fling across the room and out my window, for example. All right, we got this one. So this one is a little bit squattier, which I think is really cute. So here's the base of it. And then let me get the top. I wonder if the lids are interchangeable. No, they aren't, because it's 5 and 5 1/4 on the other one, but they look the same. And then again, it has that nice silicone sort of gasket there. So look at how cute this one is. They're actually really good size. You guys, think of all the amazing things you could put in these. You could probably even use them as a big vase if you wanted to, but you could hide all kinds of things inside of them. Look how great those look together, like staggered, you know, even on different shelves, just to kind of tie a space together. You could always have it like open and have something sort of peeking out of it. Ooh, they really do seal. But they're strong enough. I didn't have any problems. So wow, sorry about that, you guys. They work like bells as well if you want them to. So I think this would be really cute just to have this sort of like this, and you could have something poking out of it. You know, you could have lots of candies in there. You could have, I have kind of a pine cone collection going. I have sea glass collections. I have a lot of collections. Yes, I do. I have a lot of stuff going on, which is not a bad thing, but I do think it's kind of a cool look to have it open. But I love these. I think they're so, so cool. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you would put in here. I mean, I feel like you could even put like coffee or cookies in there, because they do have a pretty good seal on them. Like, I definitely had to use a little arm strength to open them up. So let's go over everything that we got in this very all white and cream curation, which is very springy, and then just adding like a little, you know, a tulip bundle or sunflowers like I've got in the back is just going to add that pop of color. But this is also going to transition so well throughout the year. Even though this is spring curation, white's great all the time. Into the summer months, you know, you can add some blues to kind of give you that beachy vibe, of course, and then right into the fall and winter months. In the winter, all winter whites are like a great look as well, and you can really use these pieces too. So we got functional 2 canisters in 2 different sizes. We got this lovely kind of a rustic but also modern vase. I know, rustic modern. It's like, I feel like that's another box they could do. Rustic modern vase, another functional piece, right? We got a picture frame, a beautiful one. I really love the different color ivory in this inlay frame. I'm not sure if that's like bone. I think it might be bone. At first I thought it was shell, but I think it might be bone inlay, which is lovely. Another beautiful functional piece, a little slight deviation away from all the white and cream, which of course is this tray. You guys know I love my gold trays and gold boxes and gold accents, and it really is a cool mixture of silver and gold, so it's going to work with a lot of homes. It's kind of like silver on the edges and gold in the center. And then finally, this one's not so functional, but I love it because a lot of the times they will include some faux florals, and you guys know I like my fresh flowers, even though there's definitely room in my house for faux florals. So I thought this was kind of cool. Instead of getting the, let's see, in the other option, you got these really cool, very lifelike tulips, which I love tulips, but instead of florals in this bundle, in this particular curation, this option, we got this really cool shell decorative ball. So again, lovely items. This is probably one of my favorite third main curations. That's why I had seen the spoilers for it before they reached out to me to send me this box, and I was so excited. And then usually when I'm looking at the spoilers, I'm like, there's definitely like an option that is my favorite, but I was okay with either option because I thought they were awesome. You guys, use that code, get your free gift, get your free shipping. Let me know what you think about this curation in the comments below, and I'll see you all very soon in my next unboxing.